put your hands up.
No.
What?
I said no.
Why not?
I don't want to.
But I've got a gun.
I don't care.
Doesn't make any sense.
Too bad.
All right. Hello, Jay Ashborne here. Recording this on, what is today? The 3rd? So you guys might get this on the 5th, I'm thinking. Pretty weird hand. Black main. Not really looking forward to this matchup, but, you know, it's what it is. We do have the Seraphim. The Relics is a nice keep. Looking at the prayer. Definitely happy I have the prayer. Exorcist kind of dead, but we'll see if we get there. Who knows? Opponent taking his dear sweet time.
You are defiling sacred ground, and will now face his judgment.
I'm almost reluctant to cast prayer on 1. I don't know if it's good enough. Maybe I should be saving that to protect a troop in the mid game and kind of play it slow. But then again, 1 faith is 1 faith. We are going to drop out this troop. I'm going to put health on it. Give it a shield and say, solve the problem, senor. More or less, I've kind of equated that this matchup is really just finding or laying threats until something does stick. A lot of times things tend not to against Space Wolves, as I'm sure we're all aware. Pretty happy. I've climbed about 200 MMR since I've came off of AM, so says a lot. It actually stuck. Very surprised he didn't remove it, or at least attempt to. We're going to attempt to buff up here and get to 3 faith. That would be awesome. I'm expecting one of these shields to get busted and me to definitely lose a prayer in the meantime. So we're going to see what happens. He is going to break one of these shields, place a hunt mark on the Sacred Rose Sister, tap with face. I'm actually surprised this lingered around. Normally nothing sticks, so for this to stay for a turn, I'm excited. We do get to 3. Repeat the process. Add a health, gain a shield, cast a relics. Now we're at 6. Means Addie's a live draw. Looking happy for that. Got our curve pretty filled out too. Looking at Astrid on 5, and then Seraphim and Tag with Talent on 6 into Saint Celestine. So definitely a threat. He must have had a really slow draw because this thing is still around somehow. Wow, nothing. 3E and nothing.
My soul is consecrated.
Going to cast the Astrid here. Tag a health on it. Throw a shield on this. Maybe I should have traded that off, but I didn't really want to lose my shield, so it would have the proc from Hunt Mark would have broke my shield, and I think I wanted to keep that, so we'll see if that comes back to bite me, if I should have traded this off now to prevent further Hunt Mark triggers. So we'll see what happens. Warhowl again. He can remove it this time if he would like. Maybe I could have healed to put a heal on that, because now if he plays the 4E card, oh, he does not. Okay. I was scared he was going to play the other one that does 7 damage and remove it, but chooses not to. Or didn't have it, one of the two. Surprised, Astrid has stuck yet again. We go to 8 faith. Whoa, buddy. Seraphim comes out to clear. Gonna tag a health on it. Gonna tag with Astrid too. Get some shields, put some more health on it. And tag him with talent. Looking at 9 faith on turn 7 or 7E, that's pretty unheard of against Space Wolves. So crazy game. Did not expect this. When I see Space Wolves, I expect a bad matchup and I expect a measurable time. This was a pleasant surprise. Got the Zephyrum Superior Amalia to tag a troop if we need to. With a 8 faith, we can definitely peg whatever we need. Saint Celestine looking hot for next turn, but we'll have to see what comes up. Warhowl, I'm guessing Seraphim? No, Astrid. Okay. He could have cleared the Seraphim here if he chose to. Fenrisian Wolves, perhaps? No, Wolf Priest. I don't think he clears that. And then he tags the Seraphim. I believe that might have been... Okay, no. Savage Legacy. Okay, I was like, tell me he finishes this. If he doesn't, that's definitely a misplay. But he had an answer. Okay. Lots of hunt mark triggers on the Astrid. Gonna play the Zephyrim Superior here. Ooh, maybe not. I could definitely play it. Thought about just rocking the Celestine. Anyway, we decide for this. Put a health on it. Health up again. Tag the Wolf Priest and Talent, I'm guessing. The other option here was just to pray with it and make him react to me and give it a shield. That could have been another option I could have taken. The more I think about it, that might have been correct because I'm really not worried about his health gain and that's not an immediate threat on the board. There really was probably no reason to flank it, so maybe a slight misplay. However, we are sitting at 10 faith. I think this is looking pretty for us. Up to Hunt Mark 4. That is definitely spooky. Thank God that's not Marker Light. Alright, at 7 health, the 4 Eve removal troop could definitely do it now if he has it. It's a 50-50, but he might get something. Oh, out comes the Mordecai Eliminator. He's got it anyway. Gonna take a big hit right here, except the shield's gonna break it. Maybe he should have broken my shield with his Warlord and then procced it. That might have been smarter. I would have taken 5 damage there if he did that. Again, maybe a slight misplay. Out comes another Zephyrim Superior. Going to put the stun on him. Put some health on this. And get some troops in our hand. Got a Rhino. Apparently missed that trigger. And a Crusader, that's what I like to see. About to get the Praise the Lord by ASAP Rocky kicking in here. A little bit of board shuffling. Gonna hunt mark this. Hunt marks the other one. Ah, okay. So these both get shocked? Yeah, okay. Amalia says, I am removal. Stun him up again. Crusader into Preacher looks like the route. Going to trade off with this troop. It's at 2 and I can only heal one of these, so I didn't really want to let it linger. Decided I would take the Hunt Mark proc now and then pray afterwards. Hashtag sequencing. Gonna put a health on the other one here though. Hopefully that one sticks around a little bit more. 4 is a little bit harder to reach than you know, Blood Claw, ping it and it dies and then I get procced and lose my prayer anyway, so. Alright. Hunt mark again. This time to the Crusader. It's pretty tanky, friend. Don't know if you'll be able to solve it. Alright. Again. Crusader lingering around like the boss that it is. I need to make a Crusader meme. That's what I need to do. Alright. Going to trade off with both of these hunt marked troops. That way I don't get these procs to come back to bite me. But hey, we have another Crusader friend. Stun him up. The attack with Erica here, definitely a misplay on my part. I was thinking about playing the Rhino here, and I definitely should have, but I opted for the second Preacher and the Celestine instead. If I had not attacked with Erica, then I could have perhaps doubled up. However, we're just going to apply as much pressure as possible, looking to close out this game. I did it with an intent. It's not like I thought I could end the game this turn, perhaps. Got 4, 7, 9 plus 4, 13 plus an additional 3, and then 3 in hand. So, yeah, looking at lethal. He's got to find a solution for this problem. And that is a solution indeed. Crazy how swingy these board states are. Space Wolf really feels like it was designed for skirmish. So much comeback mechanics, like, even if you're completely on an absolute board state, it's just like you can run right back into the game. Hunt mark trigger, he gains a health. Gonna remove the Celestium with 2 of these. He's got 3 wolves, but decides to clear the Amalia. He could have cleared both preachers if he wanted. Again, I feel like this is a slight play mistake. A couple errors coming out of our friend here. $11E. Celestine into Crusader into Talent, I'm guessing? Okay, Crusader into Celestine into Talent. Okay. Making sure. Gonna keep applying pressure. Not gonna attack with the Crusader. Want to keep all 3 health on that. We are gonna hit him down to 9. Put him on that 3-turn clock without any hunt mark procs. Hand is full. Probably of removal if I had to guess.
He would not allow this.
Got 9, 11, 15 plus 3 plus 3. Can get 21 on board. Definitely a lot of damage coming out next turn. Drop pod. Gonna get some procs here. 2 of them go onto the Celestine. Bad luck, Brian. Not finding what he's looking for, I'm supposing. Still got 7E to work with. I think he can find it out. He has to find a way to... Is there a way to... I don't know if Space Wolves has a way. He has to play a Vanguard unit, I guess, if he wanted to stop the Celestine from cracking in. That's the main problem. Gonna drop out some Tide Wolves. And a Blood Claw. I think the ping there was pretty unnecessary. If he would have just attacked with the Tide Wolf, it would have killed it anyway. A little bit of sloppy play floating around. We don't have a case of the still had all Ds. Wrapping this one up quickly. Nice to finally get a win against Space Wolves, even if it is against Black Man. Alright, here we go on our next one. Ew, double Repentia hand. Not so much a fan of this. I took a break for an hour or so off of doing the voiceovers and went to go do editing. I've been having a blast with editing. It is, the jokes are very fun to make. I like inclusion and throwing random people in there too.
You are defiling sacred ground and will now face his
double
judgment.
Preacher. I guess we'll burn one of these. Just throw it out there and see if he has removal for it. Not sure I see this bug a lot on ladder. I think I see Swarm Lord more than anything. Decides to break the prayer. I guess he didn't have a route to kill the Preacher right off the bat. So he left it alive. Gonna deploy a Crusader, save the cards in hand, use the resources given to us. Here I'm throwing a prayer on this and saying that you're okay to kill the Crusader. I'll just play another one if that's the case. Flanker. See, that solves the problem. Creature still lives. Decides to break the prayer again. So here I am going to clear this. And then we are going to more or less replay that turn. And I'm going to deploy another Crusader. We will repeat this process until morale improves. If anyone gets that reference, I will be, what is it? The beatings will continue until morale improves. That's a really old, really old reference. Another one. Okay. Must be nice. I mean, I say that when we had double 2-ups in our hands, so I can't complain. Finds a way to finally kill a creature. Sitting on 0 faith. Does not feel good. Talk about a hot rep. The Zephyrim Superior. What a good draw. Gonna go ahead and punish this. Put a health on it. Pretty good draw. Probably the best draw we had in our deck. A Seraphim would have sufficed, but I think this one's better just because it has the melee damage. Decides to break my prayer yet again. Going into our 6E turn with no faith, which is bad now. A Ravener. Decides to tack on an extra health. We are going to... This is a complete play error. I know, I remember this turn so vividly now. I was like, I should play Addy, and then I'm like, oh wait, no, I can clear this troop. And then I'm like, oh wait, I should have just played Addy. I totally miss out on a faith doing this. I don't deserve to win this game. Or even come close. Play mistakes like this are, in my eyes, they're pretty unforgivable. I should have definitely known better. That's a huge whiff on my part, so... Yeah, don't be like me. Think your turns through. My ADHD brain is too fast, and I think things out really frequently. Get kind of upset too, so you could see me double tap the Addy and just be like, ah, rip. I knew what I did wrong, so. Ooh, Digestion Pool. This should be interesting. Finally burns this defense card. It's a big boy. Breaks the shield. So there's 7 and 1.
My soul is
Going to pray here. Get a shield. I'm going to put a health on Addy, and or not Addy, but Astrid. Wow, I feel like I should have put the health on the Zephyrim here. I think this is another misplay, and the reason why is because his talent can ping it to break the shield, or he can use his shield to break it, then ping it with talent and remove it, and I feel like that was very bad on my part, so thankfully he doesn't do that. He did have a route to clear this. Alright, that troop has stealth, we can't target it, so we have to do something here. Out comes Crusader. It does have armor, but it doesn't matter. Creature is protected, and we're going to Sacred Rose. This is a huge turn for us. Lots of faith going to income this turn. We are going to pray like a madman. Now we're attacking on the faith. Gonna add it, or attacking on health. Add another health on top of that, so up to 3. And pray with itself as well to draw a troop. Really liking this extra troop draw mechanic. I feel my hand empties a whole lot slower with it. It's kind of the gas you need. I used to hate on this card pretty bad, but I think it's found a home with me now. I kind of like it. I was definitely just not a fan of it before for some reason, but it seems to pan out pretty good. I don't know if it belongs in every list, but pretty good. Adding a effect to all the troops in his hand, that can be kind of scary. Alright, yeah, I gotta clear the Crusader here, that was expected. And he's gonna put damage on this sister. Up to 7 faith. Gain, go to 8. I go to 8 for the reason that I want to remove this with Amalia. Now I have to come up with 8 damage to get rid of this thing. There's 3 and 3, makes 6, and How are we gonna do it? With a talent, okay. Gonna try and keep this preacher alive. Even give it a shield, just in the midst that he might find a flanker. Pray with some other troops as well, really attacking on this, gather another troop from our deck. Looking pretty. This game is looking like he is finding a hard place to call home. What is your option, sir? Screen Killer, followed by the Gene Stealer. I count 5, 10 plus 4, 14 plus 5, 19. I think we're one shy, or maybe we just have lethal. So he's at 21, that is. 5 plus 5, 10 plus that 14. Plus, no, we were at 19. Okay, close. It was close. Definitely following up for a follow-up lethal next turn, but counting is hard. Maybe my math is incorrect. I did that as fast as I possibly could, reading the recording, but I don't know. Maybe. I think we were just short. Vanguard troop. Alright. There are sirens going up in the background. Just my town is full of angst and anger. Definitely have enough to provide lethal here. Just gonna slam with what's on board. Finish him up, wrap it on, go on to the next one. Looks like we got a Lucius. Amalia is okay. It is my 3-drop. Hoping to find a better one. We do not. We'll find the Zephyr Superior. Lucius is pretty strong. Been running into a lot of EC on ladder. I'm guessing that's because it's pretty good against Space Wolves. Definitely super aggressive. Aggro in its finest form. Gonna put the shield on this along with an additional health. Hopefully he doesn't have a flank troop for 2E. I don't know if that exists in EC. Could probably go check, but I haven't played that faction, so I would not know. He just finds a way to break the shield. Looks like we go to 2 Faith. That troop's kind of scary. The fact it has Blast means that there's no way I can possibly gain Faith this turn, because he is going to attack with it. So I am just going to clear it. Assuming that he could find a way to proc it, that is. I'm just going to always assume the worst case scenario and try to find ways around it. Siren's still going mad in the background. Hopefully you can't hear that. He just find a way to clear and damage me. I'm going to clear this with my Warlord and go up to 5. This will make the Sacred Row stronger on the following turn, if I need that. Depends on what he plays. Another troop that has Blast. Sacred Rose comes down. I'm going to melee attack this and throw a ranged attack with one of Sisters. Throw a shield on the other one. Pass the turn. See what he has on the crackback. Tonight we are having gnocchi for dinner. I'm cooking for Miri. I've never made it before, so I'm kind of worried and curious. It's like a potato-based pasta. Gonna make it with Alfredo and chicken and do some homemade garlic bread. Kind of excited. Having taken culinary school, I'm like always looking for a new food fetish to kind of stimulate my senses, so I try new things all the time. I'm actually quite the picky eater, but I like trying new things to see what they taste like. So I'm definitely excited for that tonight. Got the Crusader out with the armor now, as well as the Rhino kicking. Alright. Looks like he's going to put some stats on this. Indeed. Drug this bad boy up. Clears that with no problem whatsoever. Alright. Gets a proc there. Means he can clear. Pretty good 50-50 roll. Not bad. We're going to clear with talent. Making sure this didn't... I mean, it would really suck if ecstasy triggers happened in between. What to do? I could play the Zephyrim or the Rhino. I'm gonna opt to clear. I don't want the thing getting any bigger. So I'm gonna play the Zephyrim. Put the health on the Zephyrim because EC has a problem dealing with flying units, I've noticed. And just accept that that Rhino is going to die. Out comes another Sacred Rose Sister. He's gonna draw some cards, make some drugs. Out comes a flanker. Finds a solution to this. I'm guessing he's clearing the Rhino, which he does. And decides to prop vulnerable on the flyer. Alright. Flyer clears with ranged. Out comes a Rhino. Out comes a Sister. Add a health. And go ahead and gain an additional faith to 8. Hopefully going to 9 with this. That is what the intention was. I could have chose to protect the Zephyrim Superior, but I'm supposing that that is not going to find a grave, so...
Bleed for me.
Duelist Hubris proc for the talent. Helldrake. It was called Helldrake. I was right. We do not go to 9 faith. Slightly disappointing. "50-50 proc gets the kill again. Nice. Pretty awesome. Put out the Amalia here to clear this. Give that a health. And clear it if he wants to. Out comes the Preacher. And proc this anyway, just to deal some additional damage. We're trying to close out this game. I don't like games with EC going any longer than they have to. Feels like you were just opening yourself up for risk and disaster. Checking the battle log. I wish I could scroll on the battle log. Pretty upset that I can't. Giving a blast troop flank. Looks like he's gonna hit the Rhino, if I'm guessing, preventing my prayer. Uh-oh. Everybody's favorite shield boy. Interesting. Gives that armor. Shields up. Reminds me of oh, there were 2 shield cards that were in the all class slot in Hearthstone. There was Defender of Argus and what was the 2-cost one? Something Argent Protector, maybe? She used to say shields up when you played her, so that's what came to mind. Gonna drop out the DI here just to clear the board. I think if I DI here, he's going to have a hard time coming back, just because you'll have to fight through the Crusaders, and we are going to be stacking on damage. Amalia for the range. Erica with range. And talent to really hammer home this damage. Weird how it dealt the 2, then the 1. That's pretty peculiar. Why did the order change there on the talent? Normally it's supposed to deal 1, then 2. Accidentally slid down on my phone, sorry. Normally it deals 1, then 2. Why did it deal 2, then 1 in that instance? It's the inconsistencies in this game that drive me nuts, and it's probably just my OCD, or the autism, but, yeah, I'm generally very curious. Alright, does some range damage. Sing at 8. 3. 1. 1. And 3 from talent. That makes game. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. More stuff to come. Hopefully we keep climbing. Alright, later.
Sei lá,